Hi everyone and welcome to the review. This is Homerino Collectibles and today I'm going to be showing you the Batman Arkham Asylum Armoured Batman action figure. This thing is absolutely incredible and I haven't even taken it out of the package yet. This is so detailed. But just before I do get to the review, I want to just take some time. I have a friend through YouTube who lives in the Philippines and has been affected by the typhoon, and if you don't know, the Philippines was recently hit by the largest typhoon in recorded history. So the worst storm ever as far as we know. And there's a lot of people out there that don't know how they can help but want to. So if you check the links in the description, there you can see details as to how you can help. For instance, the Red Cross. Anything that you donate is going to help someone. There's a lot of people out there that don't have homes, shelter, or even food and water. He's lucky enough to be in a certain part of the Philippines where his province is not as badly affected as other provinces out there. So I'm really glad that he's okay, but there's a lot of people that aren't. So anything that you can give, anything that you can do to help is going to help massively. And I just want to say thank you if you do take a look at those links in the description, and please share them out. But anyway, on to the review. This thing looks incredible. I actually don't have a Batman from any of the Arkham games. I have a few other figures, and my brother has some too, but I don't actually have a Batman. So this is my first version of an Arkham Batman. And if you're wondering what the suit is, it is actually in the game. Once you completed the game, you were able to wear this armoured bat suit as, you know, just as your free roam suit, or you could use it in the challenge maps. Personally, I like to use it in the challenge maps. But on the back here, as you can see, it says based on one of the top superhero games of all time, and I think that that is correct. I think that this is the best. You know, the other two, yeah, they are amazing, but this is the one that started it all. So for me, this is the quintessential #1 superhero game of all time. So here we have a few other figures in the lines. So these are obviously the ones that came with the first game. So you've got Joker with Scarface, you've got Scarecrow, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and there's a few others out there. And then you have a little bio here. So if I just hold that up, you can go ahead and pause that, and there's me. Hi guys. But you can go ahead and pause that if you want to read that. So let's get this bad boy open and see how awesome he is. As you can see, if I just catch some light there, the cape isn't hindered by anything, so it's not going to be warped. The ears are actually poking through some holes at the top there, so they're not going to be warped. So packaging, I would have to say 10 out of 10, because not only does it look cool, but it functions as packaging should. Not just to hold a figure, but also to not damage the figure. That's the whole reason that you put stuff in packaging. And for once, capes that aren't going to be warped. So, without further ado, let's get this guy open. So first of all, what you're getting, obviously, is this nice sheet that creates the background for Batman in the packaging, but obviously you can use it on display if you want. You know, you can just have him displayed up against that. And what I really like is it's this newer kind, because what other figures have done is this was like around the hook in the top of the package, so you'd have to cut that bit off as well. So you know, a lot of the time you might just pull it, and I know my brother did that on one of his, and he just ripped the top of it, so that wasn't very good. But what I do like is that even though it's from the first game, you're getting the most recent Arkham City figures. Well, most recent that are actually out. Arkham City figures. So obviously, I don't know if this thing came out after these. I don't think it did. I'm pretty sure that this is an older figure. But they've obviously still making them and have put in the new sheets. So that's pretty awesome. So my brother has that Nightwing there, which I also want. And I might get Talia as well. I'm going to skip on the Batman and the Deadshot. I'm going to get all of the Arkham Origins figures, so I don't really need to worry about Deadshot because I'll have that one. Plus then I don't have to have him with the Arkham City rags on, basically, you know, with that on him. he'll have his own clothes. And I am thinking of getting that Harley statue because it just looks awesome, and maybe the Nightwing one too. I'm not too keen on Joker's face on that statue, so I don't really like that, but yeah, I do really like Nightwing as a character, so I might get those two, but I'm definitely getting that Harley if I can find it at a good price. So there you go, there's those, and then on the back obviously it's still just that. So it's nice that you can have a little background for him if you want one. And finally, here is the figure itself out of the packaging. But one thing I do have to say is, first step is to clean. As you can see on the cape here, you can see very clearly these lighter bits, and as you can see they rub off. So it's covered in whatever that it's like dust, but it's not like dust. So it's some kind of residue from when it was made or something, but I'm going to be back in a second after I've cleaned it up, although it does sort of give a nice sort of weathered effect to him. But yeah, I'm going to clean him up and come back to you. It's on the inside as well. And here we are back now after cleaning him up. I basically just rubbed the cape a little bit. What's left does look quite nice, as sort of like a weathering sort of effect, but you don't really expect to have to clean your figures. I don't know if that's just due to being hot or whatever, you know, like if it's basically condensating inside the package and it's causing certain oils in the plastic to change, or whatever the hell's going on in there. It shouldn't be there. But anyway, this is incredible. It's not my favourite Batman figure, and I will be doing a size comparison with my favourite Batman figure shortly, but it is my favourite out of all of the Arkham figures. Now, I'm not just the kind of guy who just likes a classic Batman suit. I prefer it, but bat suits that look not futuristic, but just armoured, I think do look incredible, especially when you can get them in a figure that has such good articulation like this. So before we do anything about the sculpt, let's just take a look at the articulation real quick. And I am really, really impressed, because his arm's a bit stiff there, but that's just because I don't want to break it. He's got his head, which can move left and right. It's on a ball joint. It looks up very well, and then down a little, but it looks very, very good. Nothing at the waist, but his shoulders go up and down, and then the cape is a very, very soft, pliable cape. It's the softest Batman cape that I have felt and that I have that I own. So that's not made out of like like a cotton material. It is plastic. So up here at the shoulders, where it's very thin, as you can see, it moves out the way very well. So you can actually put his arm right up there. That's very good, and can put it all the way back there. So for a DC Collectibles, or you might call it DC Direct still, this is awesome. You know, I just find it really awesome that you're getting a 7-inch figure that's got 6-inch articulation, basically, because you can move the arms all around for once. I'm so used to having DC Direct figures that have capes that you can only move their arms like that much because the cape gets in the way. Even figures like Superman, you can barely move his arms up. This is awesome, and this is definitely the type of rubber that they need to use, especially when they're covering the arms like that. But for the rest of the arms, you get in the 90 degree bend at the elbow, and then you get the swivel at the gauntlet. As I said, nothing at the waist. And then the legs, mine, this left leg, or right leg to you if you're looking at it, wobbles. It doesn't, it doesn't actually move or anything. It's only if I actually move it. But I don't know if it's supposed to. I don't think it is. But I do have that extra little bit of articulation for some reason. There's no gap or anything. It just, as you can see, just moves. But they both come forward that much. Both go back that much because of his big blue butt there. And as you can see, very nice detail, even on the back. The nice silver and gold on the belt. And then you have the 90-degree movement at the knee, and a really very nice boot swivel. So if we just take a further little look at the details here, we can see he's got a very, very nice blue. I don't know what the shade is, but it looks awesome. And you've got the normal blue that would be on the Series 1 figure, and then there's this newer kind of shiny blue. It's like a blue mixed with a silver. It's really, really awesome. And then you've obviously got the very nice gunmetal colours with the rivets in and everything, and these rivets up here are painted silver. You've got the nice matte black that you could see on the back showing underneath all these DC Direct figures like this one. This is the new 52 DC Direct 7-inch Batman. As you can see, he is taller. They're about the same size at the head, but the ears go much higher up. So this is basically what I would consider, the best new 52 Batman that you can get right now. I love the articulation that's on this and everything, and the cape. I mean, it is the same sort of texture. I mean, it's the same size and everything. The same thickness, but up here at the cape, it just feels a little bit thicker than this one does, and because the joints are so much thicker, you can get the articulation out of him, but especially on my brother's, it just it just doesn't feel as free to move as that one. You can get really good poses out of this. You can move it up very far and everything, but that's because I have loosened it up a little bit and I've moved it and whatnot. But my brother's is very stiff. I don't know others out there and everything, but I just feel like this one has more to give. It's got all this nice If you've liked the review, and if you like Batman, then give it a like. Tell me what you like about him, and tell me, is this your favourite Batman? Do you prefer the other Arkham Asylum figures, whether it's from the first series or maybe even the Arkham City Batman? Subscribe if you want to see more, just like these. These are going to be coming to you next week. I already have these unboxed because this is my brother's version.